Welcome to the Find My New Life podcast. I'm Christopher Lapine, spiritual liberation author and speaker. This podcast brings you inspiration, hope, and answers for how to live a modern, God-centered spiritual life. It will help you have a more direct, deeper experience of God, find more happiness, and live your incredible God-given destiny. You can find all my podcasts, as well as videos, books, and more at findmynewlife.com. So, let's get started with today's show. Hi, I'm Chris Lapine. Welcome. Today's topic is entering a new era in your life. And you really can do it. You may be going through a difficult time right now. You may be dissatisfied. You may be confused. Whatever it is, there is always a new era that you can enter into your life. There is always satisfaction, more satisfaction, achievement, and joy that you can experience in your life. In today's podcast, I'm going to give you a few simple steps, a few simple ways of thinking that can dramatically help you move into this new era of your life. And at first you might think that, well, being dissatisfied, being uncomfortable, having all this yearning is annoying. It might be a problem. I don't want to feel this way. I want to just move forward. And that's understandable, especially if you are truly in pain or suffering or just completely unfulfilled. And I've been at these various stages at different points in my life, and I'm sure I'll hit some of them again. So I have some idea of how you're feeling. But understand that that's part of what got you here. And the dissatisfaction, the desire to know the truth, the desire to grow, the desire to see a better world, those are all great motivators to move forward, to take the steps that you need to take for a new era. So as we go forward today, I want to ask you to please suspend any preconceived notions, any prejudices, any former beliefs as you listen to what I have to say today. Because if you go into this expecting that everything you believe, everything that you're doing is going to be supported by what I say, then you're going to be disappointed and not give what I have a chance. So please give it a chance, because those other things become like blinders, like filters. So just part the shades, part the curtains, and just please come with an open heart today. That's what I ask you. If that's something you feel you can't do, then you really shouldn't watch the rest of the video, because it's going to require you to open up your mind a bit. So, a lot of us have been raised with beliefs that have gotten in the way. A lot of us have had bad experiences. It may have been with a parent, a church. It may be just life in general, getting beaten down. Please understand that you can get beyond that. You can move forward, and that is the open mind and the willingness to act. So the first thing I need a really open mind with you, from you today, is for you to believe that things can get better, no matter what you've been through. And the first fundamental belief that enables us to move forward always to new eras in our life, new dimensions, new vibrations, is to accept the experience within, to accept the divine experience within. And that divine experience is telling you, it's telling me that we are children of God, that you are a child of God, of the entire universe, the Creator. I want to stop there again. A lot of us have preconceived notions, bad experiences with churches, groups, etc. Let's move that aside. This is not part of a church. We're not trying to tell you what to do. I'm certainly not trying to tell you to do that. Nobody has the right to tell you what to do or believe, or to try to interfere or mitigate or be the middleman with your experience with God, however you experience God. You are a child of God. God is a loving, perfect, divine being beyond any human being, beyond any human institution. God is not the member of any religion. God is the Creator, your loving divine parent. God is your loving Father. God is not a man or a woman. God is more perfect than you can possibly imagine. And if you start accepting that experience within you, if you at least open yourself up to it, gradually you'll realize that it's true. And it becomes the basis, it becomes the only foundation that can possibly work in the world we're in. You will feel total peace, assurance, and security. And with this foundation, you'll be able to move forward and experience the truths that God has for you personally, without the need for a middleman or a spiritual community to get in the way. But I do want to emphasize that it's critical that we all have a spiritual community to be part of. I'm just saying God comes first, and then go back to the community and infuse it with your experience of God. But anyone who tries to get in the way of you experiencing God should not be in your life. It's you and God, and your community should celebrate that and enable that. And you should be able to share that with other folks who are experiencing the same thing. And it's the promise of new life always, no matter what's happening to you. You may think it's impossible that I can change this about myself. It's impossible that I can get out of this situation. But it might not be. And that's where God can come in. Certainly, any internal, personal transformation can occur if you give yourself over completely. So the essentials to moving into a new era are, number one, acceptance of the divine reality within. Number two, believing that you are a child of God, and that by using your faith, everything that you need to grow will be given to you, and that you have an eternal future, and also that we are all sisters and brothers. That is all critical, all of it. So with that foundation, you can go forward. And it's really important to keep the positive affirmation going no matter what you've been told. There are a lot of trends right now where people are trying to deconstruct what they were brought up with. They're trying to form a new life. So allow yourself to be part of this new life and to move into that new era. It is absolutely possible. Again, no limits whatsoever. Just think on the fact for a moment. Entertain this fact that you are a child of the very creator of the entire universe. You are. From eternity, the Creator knew He would create you. You were given a unique personhood. You have unique gifts, unique talents. You've been placed at this point in history. You were born of your family, of your place, for a purpose. And that purpose is to start fulfilling your destiny. And that is an eternal destiny that begins right here. So that's the new era. And every time you go through challenges and you grow, you're moving into a new era, because the new era is a new state of mind. It's a new spiritual state of mind that allows you to completely perceive the world in a new way. You are changing. The whole world might not be changing, but your perception of it, the things that you value, the people you want to be with, all of it, the way you react to things, it's all changing in you. And that brings you the new era. That allows you to go forth in whatever challenge you're facing. Let's say, for instance, you can't stand your job. You're tired of it. You've been doing it so long, you want something different. Okay, just going and praying to God or talking to God doesn't bring that. But what it does bring is confidence and peace and energy to start making the positive changes in your life. So it may be that you need to go read a book on how to change jobs. You might need to go listen to some people, etc. We still get things done in the world the same way we always did. And just because we envision it doesn't mean it's going to happen. But when you go inside and get energized, you can see the future self. You can see the new era. And then you are inspired to go out, make plans, but not only for yourself, but to help other people. That's the other side of this. If we focus completely on yourselves, then we don't end up really growing. We stay in place. So too much self-care, too much self-focus is really putting the brakes on growth. There's a certain type of psychological growth, things like that that can happen. But true, deep spiritual growth into meaning, really shifting your consciousness, is dependent on you giving back to other people, taking the love of God, the love of the Creator, and giving it to others in self-forgetful service. But this new era must start for you personally first. You must feel that strength and happiness. No one's asking you to go out and be some incredible saint, especially right off the bat. You need to address the feelings you're having now, the dissatisfactions, and move forward. And there's some very simple techniques I want to give you. Number one, pick a time every day, and it doesn't have to be long, but start out with a little bit of time. Pick a time every day to sit down and pour your heart out to God. Say absolutely everything that's on your mind, even if you don't believe in God. Anger, hatred, thankfulness, joy, confusion, whatever it is. Just say it. Say it with your full heart as long as you can, and stop, and then listen. Do it again. You're going to have thoughts that'll come into your mind from the day that will kind of confuse you, interrupt you. Go ahead and start pouring your heart out again and listen. And then after you've done that, then you want to start going in and asking God for help to grow. Ask for personal qualities, strength, courage, inspiration. Ask for a complete mind shift. Ask for certain feelings to be taken away and replaced by new positive feelings. Be energized. Ask for growth, vision, courage, all of it. Ask for that. Ask to be forgiven if you want to be forgiven. And God will give you these things. Ask again and again, and then listen. You're going to listen again. So it's a conversation. It's an interplay between you and God. And each time you do it, you get a little bit better, a little bit better. And maybe on day one, you spent a minute. Maybe day two is a minute and a half. And over time, you will grow into the amount of time you need to with God. But at the end of each of these sessions, you want to tell God how much you appreciate Him, what you're thankful for, what you admire in God, what you love in God, what you adore. And after that, listen for the guidance. You will get guidance gradually. If you do this every day with a complete and full heart, you will make progress. Especially if with step 5, which is listening for guidance, if you just listen and express your full love to God and listen for extended periods of time, you will get to a new level, a new dimension, a new vibration where you will begin to get all of the energy you are capable of receiving for that moment in time to go forward. You will feel the total love of God and at the same time new insights and inspiration and emerging joy. And when you do this, you will have a stimulus to action. You will be able to go forward, and as you do this every day, you will begin to move into that new era. But you have to gauge yourself. You have to have the right level of expectation. You cannot expect instant change. You cannot expect to snap your fingers and then it happens. But what you can experience is the joy of the journey of trying. And that's what God really wants from you. That's what God cares most about. He doesn't care about how fast you're going, etc., or the words you speak. He expects you to try. And as long as you're trying, that's something He can work with. That shows that you have the intent to move to the new era, because there'll always be a new era, a new place in your life. Remember, you've spent all of your life up until this moment, whether it's years, decades, whatever. You could be 54, you could be 35, you could be 16, you could be 93. All of that time got you to here, and you had formed all of these habits. And that's like a train stuck at the station. You want to move to the new era, the next station, the next town. And as you begin to make the changes, you're not going to see them at first because it's almost imperceptible. But as time goes on, within a few days, you're going to feel an energy, a fire in you, like in a locomotive. And that's the fire of God. And as you begin to act and open the valves of action on that train, it will move. And after a few days, if you look back, you'll see that you've moved a little bit. And if you're steady over and over, day by day, the train will pick up speed, and before you know it, you'll be going through the countryside and seeing a new era coming. Every once in a while, you'll have a shift, you'll look, and you'll realize, I am in the new era. But eventually, you'll get to a point of dissatisfaction and yearning for more growth. And again, you'll move more efficiently into yet another and another new era. It's an endless cycle of growth that God has given us, and it will last for eternity. It's like being a spiritual athlete. Gradually, you do your walks, you do your runs, and you build up to the marathon. You build up to the race where you can perform. You build up to spiritual high gear. And so, have hope. Go back to the fundamental belief. Accept that you are a child of a loving divine parent, the creator of the universe. This creator has placed an actual fragment of his spirit inside you, and nobody can get in the way of that. No person, no group, no church, no nation, no race, no one, no spiritual force in the universe can interfere with your experience of God. If you are sincere, if you come with a hunger for truth and growth, and accept the divine experience you're already having. This is an indescribable experience, and if you spend time expressing and listening to God each day, this will go beyond my mere words, anybody's words, to something that's totally indescribable and electrifying as you go forward. Remember, you can move to that new era of your life. You will be helping other people, and in so doing, you will help our entire planet get to a new era. And we are getting into that new era. We are gradually getting there. No matter how dismal things may seem at times, remember, most of the people in this world truly want to try, truly want to go forward. They have good intentions, and you can be a leader in this. Show others how to grow. Go forward. Give yourself over to this total immersion every day for as long as you can. Spend time with God, and you will find this is the magical elixir that will totally transform your life. I wish you the best. Thanks for spending time with me today. I hope you have a good day and a good week wherever you are, whatever your situation in life. All the best.
Thanks for listening today. I hope it helped you on your journey. Go to findmynewlife.com for all my podcasts and much more. If you'd like to contact me with ideas or requests, use the Contact Me link on that website. I wish you the best on your spiritual journey. Remember, you are a child of God and we are family. You could claim an amazing destiny. See you next time.